Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'm Yashar Franklin Hodge, Chair of the Public Improvement Commission, and I call to order the PIC hearing of November 20th, 2025. Mr. Lyman, would you please take the roll call?
Certainly. Would the representative from the Public Works Department please state their name for the record?
Yashar Franklin Hodge.
Property Management Department, please do the same.
Joseph Callahan.
Water and Sewer Commission.
Denise Devlin.
Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
Charlie Allen.
Inspectional Services, I believe, is a bit delayed, so they have not joined us yet. And BTD is not available today, but we do have a quorum, so we can go ahead and get started, and ISD can join when they're here.
All right, thank you very much. Kicking it off with the hearing minutes. At the request of the Public Improvement Commission staff, the acceptance of the minutes of the PIC hearing, which was held on November 6, 2025. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to accept the minutes of the Public Improvement Commission hearing on November 6, 2025.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. On to our next agenda item, public hearing continued number 1 on a petition by NStar Electric Company DBA Eversource Energy for a grant of location to install an electric transformer vault and associated infrastructure within Whitby Street, Public Way, East Boston, located at address number 16, generally northwest of Ford Street. This was new business on August 14th and had public hearings on August 8th, September 11th, September 25th, and November 6th. As shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Grant of Location Plan of Transformer MH for PIC 16 Whitby Street, East Boston, one sheet dated November 2025. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, give us an update on the outstanding paperwork that has been holding up this action, and how you would like to proceed today.
Good morning.
Hi, sorry. Very sorry to interrupt. We do have Brian Ronan just joined us from ISD, just for the record.
Good morning. This is Emmy McSweeney from Eversource. I also have Kelly Ann Correa on the phone.
Hi, good morning. This is Kelly Correa. So we all know what we're waiting for. There's an agreement with the city that Eversource and the city have to sign after the grants locations are approved. We've had a couple in the past. We're trying to get these agreements squared away for those that were already approved. At first, you guys had said, okay, we're not going to approve Whitby Street till the agreement's all set. What I can tell you is I've been talking with both our attorney and the city attorney as recently as yesterday. I believe they're trying to schedule talks again Friday because they weren't available to catch up before today. We are way further along in these agreements. They've agreed to a lot of the provisions. There's a couple like little things they know they agree to what it says. It's tweaking the language. And then just I think 2 other points they need to discuss and agree with. They've actually pulled in the Boston Water Sewer attorney as well on one of the provisions in the agreement about that. But I guess my request here today is, knowing that we've made significant progress and we're that far along, I don't want to keep wasting the PIC's time either, but is it possible we could approve this and approve it on the condition we do not obtain a street opening permit until this agreement is signed? Because you guys can hold us up. We can't do the work without the street opening permit. We all kind of agree this customer needs electricity. The pathway and the facilities are not what's in question here. What I can tell you, and I hope this is like some level of comfort for you guys, the person that requests the street opening permit for the city is going to be a person that reports directly to me. The signatures on the agreement on behalf of Eversource, it'll be me that signs the agreement. So this isn't going to get like lost in the shuffle or go under the radar. I'll keep a close eye. I've been keeping Todd up to date too, and I know Chong has been talking to Todd as well. So what I can assure you is I will follow up, make sure these agreements get signed, and actually confirm with the PIC that they are signed before we even put in a street opening permit request. So if that's reasonable, that's, I think, instead of keep postponing it, like I said, and taking up your time all the time, might be the route to go.
So thank you for the update, and also thank you for that continued work to actually move this forward. I definitely appreciate it. And I know there's been it's a backlog of multiple granted locations, so happy to see progress towards clearing it. I think from my perspective, if we were at a place where the legal terms were all agreed to and it was simply a matter of completing paperwork, I would feel much more comfortable about approving something under the conditions that you just described. But my understanding is that there are still meaningful legal terms where we are not yet aligned. And, in my experience, sometimes that can be a quick resolution, but sometimes, depending upon the topic, that can be a substantial sticking point, which can cause significant delay. I'm uncomfortable creating a situation where we sort of have your diligence and our diligence monitoring whether or not a permit is approved for, processing as the only stopgap, right, for getting these very necessary agreements in place. And I think we're at a place still, from my perspective, where it feels I'm uncomfortable with the PIC approving an action until we have at least agreement in terms, even if there's still paperwork that has to be processed. So my preference, understanding that this comes before the PIC with some frequency right now, my preference would be to continue this for another 2 weeks and hope that in that time we can get those terms settled and then move this forward and finish the paperwork whenever we're able to.
Understood.
But again, appreciate the progress here, so. Any commissioners want to comment on this or add anything here? Todd, anything you want to add? If not, we can entertain a motion to continue.
No, just to mention that if this is going to be continued, that would need to come on a request from Eversource.
Okay, so at that point, I guess we respectfully request that we continue this to your next hearing date.
All right. Appreciate that. Do I hear a motion to continue public hearing continued number 1 to December 4th, I believe?
Yeah, I move to continue public hearing continued agenda item 1 to the next PIC meeting on December 4th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstained? So moved. All right. Hopefully that will be our last go at this, but much appreciated.
That's my plan. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. On to public hearing number 1 on a petition by Harvard Street Support Corporation for the acceptance of 2 pedestrian easements adjacent to the following public ways in Dorchester: Ellington Street on its northeasterly side at address numbers 14 to 16 southeast of Old Road, Michigan Avenue on its southwesterly side at the side of 8 Old Road southeast of Old Road. New business on November 6th, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Pedestrian Easement Plan, Ellington Street, Michigan Avenue, Dorchester, 1 sheet dated November 20th, 2025. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, give us a very brief reintroduction to the project, and then we will take the actions one at a time. So if you can show us the first action and any changes since your new business hearing.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is David Vallecillos. I am with the Community Builders, but I'm representing Harvard Street Neighborhood Health Center. I'm being joined by Langen Engineering. Frank Holmes is also on the call, and he will be running most of the meeting. But just to thank you for your time, we have been working diligently in the last couple of weeks and being in touch with a lot of departments across the city, and we believe that what Frank will show hopefully address every concern that you all have had. We are moving forward with a race intersection that you're seeing on the call, on the PDF right now on your screen. And then we also were able to confirm with the MBTA via email that they're okay with the bus stop location and dimension. So we have that via email as well. So Frank, I will let you take it from here.
Yeah, thank you. So again, Frank Holmes, Langen Engineering. There are 3 matters that we're in front of you for here today. First are pedestrian easements. Second is specific repair plan for work on Old Road, Ellington Street, and Michigan Ave. And then third is for canopy projection, for the canopy at the corner, on the building at the corner of Old Road and Ellington Street. So, briefly, we talked about these pedestrian easements. There are two of them. The first is about 144 square feet. It's about 16 inches wide, generally with a triangular area near the corner of Old Road and Ellington Street. The second pedestrian easement is about 142 square feet, and that's generally about 22 to 24 inches wide, along Michigan Avenue. Moving on to the specific repairs.
I'm gonna stop you there. We want to take the actions one at a time. So if you could just go back to the pedestrian easement plan, and then we'll work through that and keep moving on to the specific repairs. Just a quick question: any changes here since new business?
The only changes were some very minor requests from BIC to add a locus to the plan and to put the address of the properties on the title block, but to the easements themselves, no changes.
Excellent. All right, commissioners, questions on this action?
I just wanted to confirm that the pedestrian easement is allowing a minimum 5-foot path of travel all around the building and property.
It is, yes.
Great, thank you.
All right, PIC staff or members of the public?
I will take this opportunity to remind the public, if you wish to ask questions or add testimony at some point during the hearing, please use the raised hand function, which can be found at the reactions tab at the bottom of your screen. I do not see any raised hands at this time, so I think we are all set on the pedestrian easement.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 1?
I make a motion to approve a petition by Harvard Street Support Corp. For the acceptance of pedestrian easements in the area of Ellington Street and Michigan Avenue, as further read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. On to public hearing number 2 on a petition by Harvard Street Support Corporation for the making of specific repairs within the following public ways in Dorchester, consisting of curb realignment, roadway and sidewalk reconstruction with structural soil, as well as new and relocated pedestrian ramps, specialty pavement, street lighting infrastructure, storm drain infrastructure, street trees, street furniture, bike racks, hydrants, driveway curb cuts, protected bicycle infrastructure, and a tabled intersection. Old Road at address number 8 between Ellington Street and Michigan Avenue, Ellington Street at address numbers 14 to 16 southeast of Old Road, Michigan Avenue southeast of Old Road. New business on November 6th as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Specific Repairs Plan, Old Road, Ellington Street, Michigan Avenue, Dorchester, 3 sheets dated November 20th, 2025. Would the proponents please reintroduce themselves and their affiliations for the record, and then walk us through the specific repair plan and any changes that were made since your new business hearing.
Okay, so again, Frank Holmes with Langen Engineering, and the only significant changes that have been made since the new business hearing is the incorporation of the raised intersection into the plans and just some further refinement of that design. And I think the most significant change to the design from the discussion that we had 2 weeks ago is that at the raised intersection, we had discussed that there would be a ramp on the approach to the raised intersection on both Old Road and on Ellington, and a ramp on the departure from the raised intersection on Old Road, but that the pavement would be flush on Ellington Street, and on some further refinement of the design and of the grading, and in collaboration, with Todd at the PIC, we actually have made that so there would be a ramp actually on the departure of Ellington Street. But apart from that detail, what is shown on these plans incorporates all of the comments that were received after the first new business hearing several weeks ago that were discussed last week, with lengthening the bus stop to 100 feet and incorporating the raised intersection being the major changes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Commissioners, questions, comments? Great. PIC staff or members of the public?
I will confirm that we did get an email from the MBTA approving of this updated bus stop design, so we're all set there. I am not sure if the project has finalized their review with Streets Cabinet 88 team as far as the finer details of these pedestrian ramps, especially at the Michigan Ave intersection, but I don't foresee any major issues there. So I think we're all set on the specific repairs plan.
Okay, excellent. Any final comments, questions? All right. Do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 2?
I move to approve a petition by Harvard Street Support Corp. For the making of specific repairs on Old Road, Ellington Street, and Michigan Avenue, as further read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. On to public hearing number 3 on a petition by Harvard Street Support Corporation for the granting of a projection license for the installation of a canopy over a portion of the sidewalk within Old Road Public Way, Dorchester, located on its southeasterly side at address number 8 northeast of Ellington Street. New business on November 6th is shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Canopy Projection Plan, Old Road, Ellington Street, Dorchester, one sheet dated November 20th, 2025. Would the proponents please reintroduce themselves and their affiliations and give us an update on this specific action?
Again, Frank Holmes with Langen Engineering, and no changes to the canopy as was described during the new business hearing 2 weeks ago. What we're looking at here is the corner of the building. This is where the canopy would be, right over the front door at the corner of the building. And here is the plan. Just generally, the projection into the right-of-way is about 67 square feet, and it's sort of a triangular shape, being about 9 inches projection on the northern side and about 34 inches of projection on the southern side, and in total it's about 33.5 feet wide along the right-of-way. But there have been no changes to this from what was presented 2 weeks ago. Oh, I've lost my audio. I apologize. I can't hear.
That was all on me. I was on mute and I didn't realize it. Thank you for letting me know. PIC staff, commissioners, questions, comments? PIC staff or members of the public?
All set on this.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 3?
I move to approve a petition by Harvard Street Support Corp. For the granting of a projection license on Old Road, as further read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstained? So moved. You guys are all set, and I do just want to express my appreciation for working with us on this. I think we got a better project and a safer street through the collaboration here and the introduction of the raised intersection. So I just really appreciate proponents being willing to evaluate that and include that in your project.
I agree. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, and I appreciate the cooperation of Todd and the entire commission, but with the ongoing review of the plans and helping us get to a point where this is approved today. So thank you.
Wonderful. All right.
Thank you.
Moving on to public hearing number 4 on a joint petition by Verizon New England Incorporated, Comcast, and Astound, aka RCN, for a grant of location with lead company status and participants to install new telecommunication conduit with city shadow within the following public ways in South Boston: Major Michael J. O'Connor Way, generally south and west of General Logan Way, General Lawrence J. Logan Way, generally between Major O'Connor Way and Monsignor O'Callahan Way. This was new business on November 6th, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Grant of Location Plan, Verizon, Mary Ellen McCormick Proposed Conduit Installation, 2 sheets dated October 2025. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and give us an update on any changes since your new business hearing?
Yes, good morning, Commission. Ross Bilodeau, representing Verizon New England. Once again, presenting this as a new business, as a public hearing, as a follow-up from the new business 2 weeks ago. This is a second phase to the Mary Ellen McCormick project. A lot of development going on here. We're tying into our future manhole being placed on the first phase, and stubbing out to buildings, future buildings, and et cetera, to the next phases as well. There have been no changes since I presented this 2 weeks ago. It is recognized that we will replicate any handicap parking if need be. And again, this is a joint petition with Verizon taking the lead for Astound and Comcast.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And as always, when we see these joint participating projects, it is very much appreciated by the PIC. So thank you to Verizon and your partners for that. Commissioners, any other questions, comments?
Just appreciate the team's commitment to working with our office for any disruption to any of the on-street accessible parking spaces.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. PIC staff, members of the public?
I'd actually just like to give anyone on the call from Astound and or Comcast just to please recognize yourselves for the record, if possible.
Hi, Jen from Astound.
Hi, Jen. Thank you.
You're welcome, Todd. Thank you, everybody.
Not sure if we have anyone from Comcast on the call. I can confirm that we do have signed petitions from both parties, so we're all set there.
All right. With that, do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 4?
I move to approve a joint petition by Verizon New England Incorporated, Comcast, and Astound, aka RCN, for a grant of location on Major Michael J. O'Connor Way and General Lawrence J. Logan Way, as further read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. All right, on to public hearing number 5 on a petition by 15217 Wichita Terrace LLC for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Wichita Terrace Public Way, Dorchester, located on its easterly side at address numbers 15 to 17, generally north of River Street. This was new business on November 6th, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Pedestrian Easement Plan 15 to 17 Wichita Terrace Public Way, Dorchester, 1 sheet dated October 16th, 2025. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and give us an update on any changes since your new business hearing?
Hi everyone, my name is Tim Longden, one of the owners of 17 Wichita Terrace, and we are proposing to round the curbs on Wichita Terrace to the sidewalks. We were in front of you 2 weeks ago as a new business hearing. Proposed to round the curbs on the sidewalks and spot repair those sidewalks. This was at the request of the Boston Fire Department. Currently, Wichita Terrace is about 16.5 feet wide. in order for fire truck access to get down Wichita Terrace, it would need to be at least 20 feet. So what we're doing is proposing to round the curbs and, you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Proposing to round the curbs so that fire trucks could have access in case of emergency up and down Wichita Terrace. We were asked to obtain an AAB variance, and we did so here, so that was granted at the beginning of this week. Other than that, no changes have been made to the plan, and that's basically it.
All right. Commissioners, questions, comments? All right, hearing none. PIC staff or members of the public?
Since we are discussing the pedestrian easements specifically right now, Tim, could you just speak to the general dimensions of that easement area, please? And then we'll cover the specific repairs in the next action.
Yes, yeah, so there would be we extend the sidewalk outside of the proposed building 3 feet, so it would be 5 feet in front of the building, proposed building at Wichita Terrace.
All right, thank you very much. Hearing no other comments, do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 5?
I move to approve a petition by 1517 Wichita Terrace LLC for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Wichita Terrace, as further read into the record by the chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. On to public hearing number 6 on a petition by 1517 Wichita Terrace LLC for the making of specific repairs within the following public ways in Dorchester, consisting of curb realignment, roadway, sidewalk, and driveway curb cut reconstruction, as well as new and relocated pedestrian ramps, hydrants, and mountable curb. Wichita Terrace, generally at address numbers 1517 between River Street and its northerly terminus, River Street on its northerly side at Wichita Terrace. New business on November 6th is shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Specific Repair Plan, Wichita Terrace Curb and Sidewalk Reconstruction, Dorchester, one sheet dated October 31st, 2025. Would the proponents please reintroduce themselves, their affiliations, and give us an update on any changes to these specific repairs since your new business?
Yes, this is Tim Longden again, owner of 17 Wichita Terrace. There have been no changes made to this plan. We were asked to acquire a variance from AAB, which we did. I sent that to Todd. Other than that, no changes have been made, so it's still the slope curving. So it'd be a 4-inch reveal as far as grading. And again, this was a life safety issue at the request of the Boston Fire Department.
All right. Thank you very much, and thank you for working with the fire department on this. I know that this has been a particular street of particular interest for them, and so appreciate the accommodation there. Commissioners, questions, comments?
I was wondering if the team, just for the record, could describe the nature of the AAB variance, as well as possibly adding it to the plans as a no for the record. Thank you.
Yeah, we can make a note on the plan. So I believe that you need 48 inches for new sidewalk construction. And since this was spot repair to the existing sidewalks, we were granted the variance.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions, comments from the commission? All right, hearing none, PIC staff or members of the public?
All set on this.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve public hearing number 6?
I move to approve a petition by 1517 Wichita Terrace LLC for the making of specific repairs on Wichita Terrace and River Street as further entered the record by the chair.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed or abstain? So moved. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Todd, for working with us. I know this has been a tough one, so thank you for your attention.
All right, that is the end of the public hearing section of our agenda. So moving on to new business, starting with new business 1, 635 Hyde Park Avenue, Canterbury Street, West Roxbury, pedestrian easement, specific repairs, on a set of petitions by 635 Hyde Park Ave LLC. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and walk us through what you are proposing to do?
Good morning, Chief Franklin Hodge, PIC board members, PIC staff, Attorney John Plugini here on behalf of 635 Hyde Park Ave LLC. So 635 Hyde Park Ave is a new housing proposal at the corner of Hyde Park Avenue and Canterbury Streets in Roslindale. This proposal went through an Article 80 process to include the construction of a new 4-story mixed-use building, 27 dwelling units, and approximately 914 square feet of first-floor retail. It also provides 14 parking spaces located partially below grade that will be assessed off of Hyde Park Avenue. With respect to the specific repairs, we are resetting the granite curbing along Canterbury and Hyde Park Ave, reconstruction of 2 ADA ramps along Canterbury and along Hyde Park Ave, extending the curb along Hyde Park Ave to create narrower curb cut to be 12 feet, which will be used for the residential driveway to the building, creation of 6 outdoor vehicle bicycle parking spaces, creation of 4 street trees along Canterbury Street, the installation of new monolithic concrete sidewalks in the extent of the possible on Hyde Park Ave and Canterbury. Sidewalks on Hyde Park Ave will be widened to 9.5 feet. Canterbury streets will be widened to a minimum of 8 feet. That is the work proposed with this PIC action under specific repairs.
Thank you, John. Are you able to pull up plans and review any specific details with us?
I believe Todd is one of the engineers from Norwood had registered. The regular engineer could not attend, so I spoke with Todd this morning. He said I don't have the guy's name because it's not the original engineer on this. I don't have the plans, Chief, in order to pull them up. I don't know if PIC staff have them.
I can pull them up. Give me 1 second.
And also, Chief, it's worth noting we have a meeting tomorrow with accessibility, Sarah and Dolores, to go over a potential MAAB variance on 2 issues, which will either work out tomorrow or come to an agreement before public hearing.
Excellent. Thank you for letting us know about that.
Here I have the easement plan, if you can view that.
Yeah. Do you want to start into the easement, or you would take a vote on the specific repairs prior to that, correct?
There'll be no vote today since this is the first hearing, but so we're just kind of going through this. If Todd, you want to, you can cycle to the next one, and then maybe we'll just open the specific repairs plan, and then we can open it up for questions from the commission.
So you can see that Canterbury Street to on the right of the page, Hyde Park Ave in the bottom. Access, you can see on the left side, bottom left, is the vehicular access into the building. And those streets will, not streets, the sidewalks will be reconstructed as part of the specific repairs plan. There'll be 4 street trees placed on Canterbury Street, as I stated. And we will widen the sidewalks on Hyde Park Ave to 9.5 feet and on Canterbury to a minimum of 8 feet.
And John, have you discussed just the location of the driveway on Hyde Park Ave? It's obviously very close to that intersection. Has that been discussed at all with BTD?
So it's actually, it's as far away as we can get from the intersection of Canterbury and Hyde Park Ave, because it's the left side of the property. So actually that went, as I said, it went through an Article 80 process with BTD and BPDA traffic engineers.
Okay, so they're comfortable with that. I appreciate that it is pushed over, but still remains very close to that busy intersection. And I know there's existing driveways, but not in, serving quite as much parking as this one would be. So,
and one other thing I want to, sorry to interrupt you, Chief.
Yeah, no, go for it, go ahead.
We had I know this was an issue earlier. We have had several conversations with MBTA. As you know, there's a lot of construction going on right up there. And we're actually giving them an easement so that they can use the property while they go through their construction as well.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah, that was going to be my second question, is just making sure that you are coordinated. I believe it's actually MassDOT that is doing that bridge reconstruction project.
Yeah, MassDOT. It's in conjunction with MassDOT and MBTA, just because the tracks are right underneath that bridge.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think, that bridge closure on Canterbury Street has caused a significant disruption to the regional traffic network. And so from the city's perspective, it is a priority to make sure that MassDOT is in no way impaired in their repair of that bridge. And so just want to ensure that the proponents are prepared to do whatever they need to do. I know your project is already under construction, but just to support that bridge reconstruction and certainly obviously not to impede it or delay it in any way. So it sounds like those conversations have been had. Is that correct?
It is, and actually we're accommodating them as lay down areas so they can do their construction.
Great. All right, commissioners, other questions, comments? PIC staff or members of the public?
All set on this.
All right, easy enough. John, will you be ready for your public hearing in 2 weeks on December 4th?
Yes, we will.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
On to our next item, new business number 2, 700 Commonwealth Avenue, Boston proper, projection.
Using the end value, right, like there is no hard and fast rule, there is no.
There we go. Sorry, we had a
Should we, I'm sorry, Chief, to interrupt you again. Should we discuss the pedestrian easement, or are we just going to loop that all in together?
For the purposes of new business, we typically loop them all in together. So the request for comment was to cover both of those. And just wanted to make sure they were up on the screen. It's for the record and the recording of the event. But I think we got those.
Appreciate it. Everyone have a nice Thanksgiving. Appreciate you.
You too. Thanks, John. All right, new business number 2, 700 Commonwealth Avenue, Boston proper, projection license on a petition by the trustees of Boston University. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and talk us through what action you are proposing to take here?
Good morning, Chelsea Christensen, Niche Engineering, on behalf of Boston University and MDS Architects. We are proposing to remove the existing canopy at 700 Com Ave and replace with a new canopy along face of the building. For context, we are located here at 700 Com Ave on the Charles River campus, Boston University. The existing canopy right now, the existing sidewalk is about 22 feet wide. Existing canopy is about 10 feet wide and 10 feet above the existing sidewalk. The majority of the new canopy we're proposing will be about 11 feet 8 inches above the sidewalk and extend 8 to 10 feet along the face of the building, varying a little bit between each of the storefronts as you walk along the sidewalk. At the main entrance to the building, there will be a much higher canopy, about 22 feet above the sidewalk, and extending about 15 and a half feet
Take those comments from the
over the sidewalk.
Watershed and the end value. I think those should be addressed by DeShang, and then whatever updates. We would then, as the peer reviewer, we would then take a look at it and offer our opinion. I personally, I don't think it should be us.
Any other
who got the
questions,
bus here.
Mr. Commissioner?
You know, we're the peer review engineer, we're not. So, and I feel like the commission.
I believe you're muted again.
In my opinion, they didn't.
Kelsey, I think we're
Sorry.
getting feedback from you, behind whatever's going on in your office. So when you're not speaking, it sounds like somebody else is.
Yeah, yeah. If you're able to stay muted when you're not speaking, that would be great. Okay, PAC commissioners, questions, comments. PIC staff or members of the public.
We are all set on this one for now.
All right, easy enough. Chelsea, will you be ready for your public hearing in 2 weeks on December 4th?
Yes, we will.
All right, thank you so much. We'll see you back then.
Thank you.
On to our next item, new business 3, 250 Everett Street, Brighton, pedestrian easement specific repairs on a set of petitions by MCRT Investments LLC. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and walk us through what you are proposing to do? We can see your screen, but we are not hearing anything. Madison, if you're talking, we're not able to. Oh.
Yep, do you got me now?
Yeah, we got you. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Madison Blanchard with Howard Hudson, the engineer and record for the project. Joined today by members of the development team, Mill Creek Residential Trust, and the architect of record, Cube 3. The project site is located in the Alston Brighton neighborhood at 250 Everett Street. It's bounded by Everett Street to the east and privately owned parcels to the north, south, and west. The existing site today is comprised of a 3-story office building. It's surrounded by surface parking areas, landscaped areas, and material storage areas. The proposed project involves the demolition of the existing buildings and construction of a new 6-story residential building. This building will provide approximately 240 residential units, residential amenity space, publicly accessible open space areas on the south side of the project site, and subsurface garage parking for up to 110 vehicles accessed on Everett Street. The project is requesting specific repairs and a pedestrian easement along the Everett Street right-of-way. The specific repairs include sidewalk reconstruction and widening to provide an 8-foot wide cement concrete sidewalk, approximate 4-foot wide furnishing zone comprised of permeable pavers, landscaped areas, 10 new street trees, the closure of 2 driveway curb cuts, installation of a 27-foot curb cut, which will provide access to the subsurface garage as well as the building's loading areas, and the construction of a ramp on the project site in the Everett Street right-of-way, as well as its reciprocal ramp. It should also be noted the project involves the removal of 5 existing public shade trees. The removal of these trees has been approved by the Parks Department, and the project attended a tree removal hearing on September 11th. The pedestrian easement is requested along Everett Street to provide the 8-foot wide accessible sidewalk. The easement area is approximately 2,213 square feet and has an approximate width of 4.6 feet. No elements of the building above or below extend into this easement area. And with that, I'll open it for any questions the commission members may have.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, questions, comments? All right. PIC staff or members of the public?
All set on this.
Okay. Well, with that, will you be ready for your public hearing in 2 weeks on December 4th?
We will be. Thank you.
All right. Perfect. We'll see you then. Thanks.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Moving right along to new business 4, Henshaw Street, Cambridge Street, Brighton, specific repairs grant of location on a petition by National Grid. Would the proponents please introduce themselves, their affiliations, and talk us through what you are proposing to do?
Good morning, sir. My name is Samuel Waifo from National Grid. Sorry, Peter Nagel and Victor Santana are not able to join today. I'll be presenting the project on their behalf. So let me share my screen. So we're planning to put a rec station within the sidewalk of Henshaw Street at the location here. Here's the police station. There's a park area here. The project involves installing an 8-inch regulator vault within the sidewalk as shown, with approximately 50 feet of new 12-inch inlet main to tie into the proposed 12-inch 22-pound main in Henshaw Street. It will also involve approximately 190 feet of 20-inch outlet main, which will run within the sidewalk a little bit and back into the roadway to tie into the existing 20-inch cast iron main in Cambridge Street. As part of the project, you're going to have a skater box, which will be placed within the sidewalk on Henshaw Street, and also 5 or 6 vents, 5-inch vent poles. The design was done in such a way that we maintain the compliance of ADA, which is the 5 feet requirement from the curb to the back to the front side of the side of the skater box. It was approximately 5 feet 2 inches to ensure that we are compliant. Also, as part of the project, working with Todd, Amy, and Sarah and Patricia in disabilities, National Grid has also committed to working to do specific repairs to the sidewalk. There'll be slight bump outs on the northern side of Henshaw Street, the sidewalk here, and also a slight bump out here with the necessary ADA ramps and pedestrian crossings also installed as part of the project by National Grid. This is the entrance to the police station. This is where the police officers park their vehicles during the daytime. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, questions? I have one, which is just to understand, have you spoken with the Boston Police Department in this particular district about this change? And it's a minor, but it does affect the entryways to their driveway.
Yes, we've had discussions with the police department in the past regarding the project, but we're going to still continue having our discussions to make sure that we work closely with them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think to the extent that there are any sort of changes to the way that the sidewalk in particular, obviously they need to know and be comfortable with the gas regulator, but just to the extent that there's any changes to the sidewalk, I just want to make sure that they're aware of that and don't have any specific concerns.
Joseph.
All right, PAC staff or members of the public?
Sorry, Chief, I did want to just pop in to ensure that our Streets Cabinet ADA ramp team has an opportunity to review these ramps. So Sam, I'll follow up with an email on what they'll be looking for in terms of documentation for grades of these ramps to ensure that they're compliant.
Sure, whatever you can send to me, go ahead, we'll do it, no problem.
Will do, thank you.
No, sure.
All right, PAC staff, members of the public?
No, just want to thank Sam and the team for working with us on these civil changes. Always appreciate them taking this type of thing on for us, so kudos.
Thanks, Todd. We also have to thank you as well for giving us the opportunity to help, so it's always good. Thank you.
All right, hearing nothing else, will you be ready for your public hearing in 2 weeks on December 4th?
Yes, sir.
All right, we will see you then. Moving on to new business number 5, Island Street, Gerard Street, Massachusetts Avenue, Roxbury, granted location on a petition by National Grid. Would the proponents please reintroduce themselves, their affiliations, and let us know about what you propose to do here.
Once again, sir, Samuel Wifo, National Grid. Peter and Victor are not able to be here at the moment. The plan, sir, is we have an existing rec station at the intersection of Southampton at Bradston Street. And the plan is to replace that station with a new station at the intersection of Island Street at Gerard Street. The vault here will be a 6-inch vault. It will involve approximately 300 feet of 16-inch main, inlet main, which will run from the inlet of the station to the existing 20-inch cast iron main in Massachusetts Avenue. And then approximately about 100 feet of 16-inch outlet piping from the outlet of the rec station, which will tie into the existing 30-inch cast iron main in Gerald Street. We are also going to have vent poles. We're going to have 2 vent poles in the sidewalk, and also in this case, because we didn't have enough space to be compliant with the ADA requirements, we're going with a teleskater, pole-mounted skater box, so that we can maintain that 5-foot ADA compliance requirements. Yes, sir. This station feeds about, as of today, we feed about 11,500 customers. And the vault that we're replacing was installed in 1994. And this new vault meets the new compliance requirements of 3 layers of protection. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, questions, comments? All right, hearing none, PIC staff or members of the public?
All set on this one.
All right. Sam, will you be ready for your public hearing in 2 weeks on December 4th?
Yes, sir. Before I go, sir, just want to say gratitude to Todd, Sarah, and Patricia, and Amy, Colin. All these rec stations that we bring to the commission, we work closely with them, and they give us beautiful guidance, and we're grateful for all their support always, sir.
Thank you so much, Sam. Really appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right, and with that, we have reached the end of our agenda. Before I make a call to adjourn, I will just say that this is likely to be my last PIC meeting as chair. Nick Gove will be stepping up as interim chief of streets on Monday, and as part of that, will be taking on the role of public works commissioner, which is the ex officio seat that I have on this commission. So I just want to say to all my fellow commissioners, very grateful for all of your support as I've learned to work in this chair role, and really it's been a lot of fun, and I've come to deeply appreciate the way that this commission supports the public interest and does a really important piece of work in the city. And of course, thank you to Todd and Ashley and Chris on the staff for their incredible work to keep everything running smoothly and easily. So I'm very grateful to have been able to chair the commission for the last almost 4 years, and wish everyone well in the next chapter for the PIC. So thank you. With that, I will make a motion. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Chief, it's been a pleasure to serve with you. And with that, I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Best of luck.